We'll do the next verse. Yeah.
Itsam vipaschit sadasat vibhajya Nishchitya tattvam nijabodha drishtya Jnatva swamatmanam akhanda bodham Tebhyo vimukta swayameva shamyati.
So these words that we are meditating on, all of it rests on the ability for us to be able to see the difference between real and unreal. So, perishing, unreal. Nitya, real. Me being flawed, unreal. Advaya, there's only one perfect truth, real. Me being broken, unreal. I am complete, real. Me being confused, unreal. Me being chit, real. How beautiful is that, right? So what do I take to be real? This is when it comes down to beliefs, right? It's like I said, it's not true what I do and how much I accomplish. That's not what determines what I'm feeling. What determines what I'm feeling is what I believe. So if I believe myself to be broken, then that's what I will feel. And why do I believe it? Because I think it to be true. I think it to be real. What I think to be real becomes my reality. That's where the word reality comes from, right? Reality literally means what I think to be real. Yeah. And sometimes when there's some kind of chemical imbalances in our brain, it alters the way we see things, and it causes us to be, convinced of something that's not even true. So we think another person hates us, or we think another person has injured us. Recently, I've been working with this family. And so then you put all the evidence on the table. Like, so usually it will have something to do with money. They took what belonged to me. They've cheated me. But of course, the family member hadn't in this incident. And so took out all the bank statements, took out all the property deeds, took out everything. And, the accounts are so clean. And all the proof is there on the table. And everything is where it should be. But this person's just convinced, no, you've cheated me. Now, sometimes we feel cheated, and there is this divide between, was it yours or mine in the first place? Maybe it was a joint account and somebody took something like that. But here in this case, it's so black and white. Absolutely nothing's missing. And this person really feels, but you've cheated me. And the other person's looking at the books, looking at them and saying, how? When? And it's definitely something chemical. But there's no way of changing how they feel because they're so convinced of it. And so that's their reality. Actually, this situation is heartbreaking. Every situation where people feel cheated is heartbreaking. But in this situation, they actually haven't been cheated, huh? Yeah. And they still feel so cheated. And they're going through so much pain. And because they're going through so much pain of feeling they cheated, they're putting that other person through so much pain. And the other person hasn't done anything. But it's their reality. They're going through the reality of incredible pain based on betrayal, when the facts are nothing happened. What's real to me, what's my reality, is what I believe to be real. Now, let's say something did happen and there is some misinterpretation. There was, some ambiguity about who this belonged to. And I think it belonged to me and you think it belongs to you. And so we're both fighting over it. Even in that case, what determines my reality? What I think to be real. So there's proof. There's proof that there is this amount and we don't know where it's gone or someone's taken it. But even here, what's real? Only what I believe. I believe it to be mine. I believe it to be taken from me. Was it really ever ours? Can what's ours be taken from us? That's a different reality. So, what I believe to be real becomes my reality, and therefore the most important thing for me to do is understand very clearly, very super duper clearly, what is real. I don't know what's real. How can you give me such a big responsibility of telling the world what's real? No, you don't have to figure it out. Scriptures have already told us what's real. What's real? You eternal. You unbroken. You are Chit. And most of all, you are Ananda. I take that to be real. Ananda becomes my reality. If I take I'm a miserable creature to be real, misery becomes my reality. I alone create my reality. But is my reality real? No. My reality is based on what I think to be real. Is it actually real? Check. Did scripture say that's real? If what you are thinking to be real is separate to what scriptures say to be real, then what you are thinking is not real. As simple as that. But I don't know, we don't want to believe scriptures, but we still want to fix ourselves. And then we're fixing ourselves without believing scriptures. So then how you'll get fixed? You can only fix yourself by something that's already fixed, right? Okie dokie, we are doing, how long do I have? Let's do the whole bit. Gurudev. The most genius of genius.
And therefore the agitations of the mind which projects the world of plurality quite in both of them, because of which you are being bound. You are tebhyo vimukta. You become liberated from both of them. Swayameva shamyati. Swayameva, by itself. Shamyati. You come to experience infinite peace and bliss, which is the nature of the Atman, the Self.
अज्ञान हृदय ग्रंथेः निःशेषविलयस्तदा समाधिना विकल्पेन यदाद्वैतात्मदर्शनम्.
It is a vision of the rishi, that our inner personality, as you and I are existing now in the world, we are not a free entity. You have been bound and shackled by chains. You cannot express all your abilities and capacities. You are conditioned and shackled, chained by three great knots. They are called knots of the heart. Now, don't think that my heart has got, and then knots are put there. No. Heart doesn't mean the pumping organ, your essential nature. The core in you is always shackled by three knots, meaning three chains, and therefore you cannot freely move about, you are bound. These three chains are called avidya, kama, karma. Avidya, ignorance, the non-apprehension of the higher reality. Well, you are infinitely blissful. Even though you are of that infinite bliss, you are experiencing at this moment the sorrow, limitations, and therefore every living being, plant, animal and human, are constantly running towards the world of objects in order to eke out a little more happiness. There is non-apprehension of the higher reality. Therefore, you experience that you are a limited entity. Even though you are a limited entity, you have got the call from the higher, and you silently know that I am all blissful, but in this world I am not getting it. That is because I have no house of my own. I have not got another wife. I have not got children. They think in terms of objects, that if I get it, aha, Ananda Mangal. Every living being, unicellular organism onwards, every living being is constantly in search of happiness. Somebody wants 3,673 crores. You and I wonder, instead of roti, tired of roti, a paronta. That is all your demand. Every day that white, dead skin is placed on your plate. So everybody, very Advaitic, everybody, have you seen them? Everybody. Ayya. Why? When you see that roti, you say, one minute. Some people they are afraid of it as a snake or something. Others. And the brahmacharis are very liberal. Now, so that this, because of this ajnana, non-apprehension of my true divine nature, I always need and demand some happiness, and for which frantically I am running about. in aggrandizing and taking the world of objects. Avidya. Because of that avidya, desires rise in your mind, in your intellect. Why? I want that, I want this, I want that. Why do you want it? For my happiness. Nobody wants anything for your sorrow. I want. My child must die, Swamiji. Why do you want the child to die? For just to get some sorrow, so that he can enjoy sorrow. No! Nobody wants it, because it is sorrowful. All you want is only one more son. My dear man, even this you can't send him to college. Why? Never mind, Swamiji. Why? That is happiness to me. Everybody, they want property, land, a house, a car. All these for what? A little more happiness. Desires rise. Desire is a scheme that your intellect is giving to you to make you happier by getting the possession. And when thus due to avidya, non-apprehension of your infinite bliss and beatitude, your true nature, desires arise in you, kama, and when desire has arisen, the body cannot keep quiet, but must sweat and toil to fulfill those desires, karma. This avidya, kama, karma, these three are shackles on you. This is called a hridaya grandhi, the three knots of the heart. Ajnana hridaya grandhi, grandhir nishesha vilayastada. When can I remove them all and live in my freedom? Tada. Then alone you can gain this freedom from all your personality inhibitions. Everyone has got it. It's only Nyunadikya. Some people have got more, some people have got less. Those who have got less, they will always point out another fellow is inhibited. It's inhibition. But the other fellow, he also has got inhibition. Everybody has got limitations on their intellect created by the non-apprehension reality, which generates and fumes up desires in you. And in order to fulfill the desire, I go out in the world outside, corrupt others so that I may do the corruption properly, kill others so that my path is clear to me, to get my goal, my happiness, everything. Samadhina avikalpena. By samadhi, dhi buddhi, sama equal. Quieten your mind and intellect equally. Avikalpena, without the next thought not rising in your mind. For a short time, a minute or two, quieten your mind. That state of quietude of the mind is called samadhi, dhi buddhi, sama equal. Equal means no ripples of thought is rising. The still waters of a lake. If you put a stone, ripples down. The moment I perceive the object, the mind ripples. When the mind has become quiet, samadhina, avikalpena, avikalpa without thoughts. Yada when advaita atmadarshanam, when I awake into that advaita non-dual, atmadarshanam, come to apprehend that greater state of consciousness. All your avidya grandhi, the bondages upon your personality is released. You are really free then. Now it is all political freedom, economic freedom, freedom from illiteracy. These are all casual. These are all limitations, within limitations. Freedom. A prisoner who has been always kept in the room is allowed to come out and do some agricultural work with chains. It's all chained. But you give him a pickaxe and he is allowed to, he feels that I am so free in this prison that I am not always in the room. I am allowed to go out. I can see the stars. Or not stars. In the night they won't take you. The clouds, okay? And the breeze comes, the smell of things, and I can work and sweat and do some exercise. Oh, Swamiji, I am here. When I was in Bombay jail, it was terrible. I am all the time in one room only. Now they have brought me to Yarwada jail. Ha! It's a heaven, I tell you, Swamiji. You try, you come. You see? Why? Even though he is in shackle, chain and the ankles and the hip, he can't run, hands are in shackles, but he has been given a pickaxe and to dig the hole. But Mehta Sahib says, this jail is really what freedom they give me. Freedom, relative. Instead of putting me in a panjara, in a nest, a cage, a one single room, I have some freedom, relative. But when all the shackles have gone, and you are told that tomorrow onwards, my dear man, you are free. You have lived through your punishment. You go. It's completely free. In the same way, your limitations in your inner personality today are due to the avidya, kama, karma. And when can that be broken? Only when avidya, ignorance is ended, the non-apprehension of the higher reality is ended. When can the non-apprehension end? When you apprehend the reality. When you realize that higher state of consciousness, all the sense of limitations that you suffered in a lesser one, all of them will end.
Tvamahamidamityam kalpana buddhi doshat
Prabhavati paramatmani
advaye nirvisheshe pravilasati samadhau asya sarvo vikalpah vilayanamupagachet vastu tattvavadhritya.
The same idea in a more poetic way. Because as I told you at the very beginning,
Okay, we'll pause here for today. Any questions? Yes.
Swamiji, I just want to say that I think it's just so beautiful that towards the end when Gurudev said how we get waylaid, we just think, oh, I have a little bit more freedom. So, oh, I'm so free. And this is the problem of all of us. We get lured by this sense of limited freedom. And so we stop aspiring for full freedom. And that's the biggest Maya, I think, that we need to fight against.
Yeah, we become comfortable. Not for long though. Some tappar we will get. Om Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyan. Ma kaschit dukkha bhavet. Toma satkamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.